Hello everyone, my name is Poison Ducky, and today we're going to be doing a Total War Warhammer 2 tier list. Now this is a very serious tier list that you should really be studying because if you look into it, I think you can be the next ever choosed champion. Now starting off our tier list, we're going to be looking at we got a pineapple. So I think a pineapple is a very strong faction into the Total Warhammer 2 meta, and we're going to be putting its own tier for you. So we're going to have the pineapple tier. And I believe the pineapple belongs in the pineapple tier. And we all know that Italians love pineapple. Specifically, they love pineapple on pizza. So we're going to put our friend here, Ronin. He's going to be the pineapple lord. Where are you, Samurai? Samurai? Oh, there you are. You're going to be Samurai. Samurai wear another powerful, prominent pineapple. He's going to be the pineapple steward. And Park Map, yes, the pineapple pilgrim. All of our Italians in the pineapple tier because they are powerful, powerful pineapples. Next up, we're going to have the Kfc Lord. Now, KFC is a pretty powerful meme. I think he has branding, he is sponsored, but he's actually kind of good in the game. Now, you don't want to be using good lords in Total War Warhammer 2. You want to be using cheap lords that do absolutely nothing and lose you the game, or extremely expensive lords that still absolutely do nothing and lose you the game. So KFC Lord actually does something, and he's not that expensive, but he has branding on his side. So KFC Lord, solid B tier. Now, the Grail Reliquary, where does it go? It's a very strong meme, but it's also a really good unit. It gives immune to psychology to peasants that will rout anyway. Therefore, you don't see it too often. I think it is an A tier faction unit. Pretty powerful overall, and it's so useful making your peasants immune to psychology, especially when they're routing. Next up is going to be Aranessa. Aranessa is a living unit in an undead faction, but she kind of has a net and stuff like that, but yeah, she routs. If she had the power of the Grail Reliquary, I think she'd be very good, so I'm going to be putting them next to each other. Ooh, we've got a very powerful lord here. We've got Manfred Von Karstein next up. I think he deserves his own tier. It's very specific. It's the swiftly with haste tier, So all the people that will be being put in this tier repeatedly say swiftly with haste over and over again until you get tired of it. We'll put a nice brooding color, yeah. The swiftly with haste tier. Manfred Von Karstein, Nagash was weak, witness true power. Next up, we're going to have Sigvault. Sigvault is another contender for the swiftly with haste here. He says it a lot. I know. I play Chaos. Very strong lord. Whenever he says swiftly, he increases the leadership of his nearby marauders. And when he says with haste, he increases the speed. That's why the Mirror Guard are so fast. He says with haste. And you can't go with Sigvault without the Higher Titan. Higher Titan's 1-in-1. It's like a classic combo in Total Warhammer 2 multiplayer. It's because it's nothing to do with the fact that it's like related to Aerocrastic or anything like that. It's swiftly with haste. It's a really good combo with the swiftly with haste. Now the Bloaty Boy, Bloaty Boy's a really good meme. Did I say meme? I meant to say he's a really good unit because he sometimes kills an infantry unit, and when sometimes it kills an infantry unit, it's pretty good. It pays for itself most of the time, especially when you throw it at 300 gold goblin spears. Very cost effective. Now Gorak is a good meme, but I feel like he's too cool, he's too cool. He's Gorak Johnson. We've got New for Life representing him all the time. He's a cool guy, but I think he's a B tier meme. Now, we've got another contender for the swiftly with haste tier. We've got Vlad the Dad, my personal favorite vampire lord. He is very powerful, and that's why I use him. He says swiftly with haste, and all of a sudden his white kings and zombies move faster. It's not like I have Von Hell's Dance Macabre or anything. Now, Arca Sotek. Arca Sotek is a beautiful, beautiful unit. I think this is going to be an A tier unit. Especially for the Lizardman, he has the power to, once in a while throw out some sneaky snakes, and the sneaky snakes cause poison in a faction that has a ton of poison already. And sometimes it'll even hurt the infantry, you put the sneaky snakes. My word of advice, use the sneaky snakes on the Arca Sotek when you're fighting other single entity monsters so you can poison it. It's a really good strategy. Oh, we've got something interesting here. This actually makes a no tier for us. Now, this is called the Punched in the Goku tier. And a little explanation for this tier. Let's make it a nice green color, Yeah, Punched in the Goku tier. It's a little explanation for this tier is that everything on the left is going to be punching everything on the right because it's just straight up better. I think Karl Franz and Altharian is a really good example of the Punched in the Goku tier. excuse me, we've got Karl Franz over here, which is essentially just a really worse Eltharion. So that's why Eltharion just wants to punch Eltharion right in the Goku. We've got a Blessed Trebuchet. Blessed Trebuchets are actually kind of okay, especially in certain matchups. They're really annoying. Like, sometimes they once killed a steam tank. I know the meme tank got killed by a Blessed Trebuchet. It's really powerful. This unit's pretty OP. I think CA should be nerfing it. Oh, we've got a special guest today. We've got Dov Plays. Now, Dov Plays is really known for his Pistolier play, and he's also really known for his hate for vampire counts. So, with that being said, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put Manfred Von Karstein on the left, and I'm going to put Vlad on the right, and I'm going to put Dov right in the middle. Swiftly with haste, crumbling is balanced. Ooh, we've got another contender for the Punched in the Goku tier. We've got Archaon, the Ever-Choosed, and we've got Prussian Prince, the Burning Head. So obviously, you use Archaon, you cast your Burning Head, and it's like being punched in the Goku every single time. And my god, we've got so many punched in the Goku tiers. We've got Mel Gibson punching Durthu right in the Goku. Obviously, this is a normal tier. It's very important to know that like Mel Gibson is a very powerful lord. But oh, I think we've got our first contender for the B+ tier. B+ tier, we have Turin. He said on one of his interviews with Falcon, he's a B+ player, and everybody is a B+ player. But you can't have Turin be too far away from his condom wolves, so they're going to be following him. Ooh, another great meme. We've got the Engine of the Gods. Engine of the Gods right next to the Bastillodon. Engine of the Gods has the best single entity monster killing prowess in the game, in my opinion. You got to use it when you're fighting Ragnarok spiders, things like that. Don't use it on infantry, it's useless. And oh, what do we have here? We have the strongest meme of all. Let me just rename that for you. It deserves its own tier. Right there. I love you, Nakai. Alright, so we've got Rubber Duck of War. He is the man, the myth, the legend, as every time he says, and whenever he introduces people that he loves on stream. And you know what? I think he deserves a B+. You know, everyone that's playing this game is a B+ tier, and B+ is the best tier overall. Oh, we've got Falcon. No, Falcon is such an amazing player, but his advice is usually trash, and that's because he always keeps on saying stuff like Frostheart Phoenix has Frostbite. So, you know, let's put this one down. Make sure Swiftly with Haste is dark and brooding. Let's put this here, and let's say the Frostbite tier. Oops, I spelled it slightly wrong. Frostbite tier. So Falcon's going to be the first in the Frostbite tier because we all know that the Frostheart Phoenix has Frostbite. Very important fact. Everybody knows that when a Frostheart Phoenix hits you, you get slowed down. So Falcon being the first in there. Look, another contender for the Frostheart. It's the Frost Wyvern. Very powerful unit. You know, has great breath attacks. Everybody knows that you have to bring 2 of them against the Vampire Counts matchup so that they can, you know, fly around and Ooh, of course, Falcon needs to be next to his Frostheart Phoenix because they have Frostbite, remember? CA, please never change them. And oh, look at this. We've got the Gant Stamp. You know, Gant Stamp is another factor of the Swiftly with Haste here. He loves his Vargeist, he loves his Van Helds, he loves his Gorst, and his Kemler, along with where is Krell? So, ooh, we've got a beautiful, you know, Balthazar Gelt, another great meme, I would say. He's a very powerful, he's welcome to Estalia, gentlemen. But that's really about it. You know what? If I see him, I respect him, so fantastic meme and Lord. Now, Gorst is one of the best Lords in the game because he's like the cheapest Mortis engine ever. So, would he be punched in the Goku? What would he punch exactly in the Goku? Or would he be right next to Gelt? You know what? I think he'll be right next to Gelt. He is such a powerful Mortis engine. Everybody knows that he has the 5 times Mortis engine effect. If he touches an infantry unit, they immediately die. It's pretty powerful. Crone Hellebron wishes she had that. Next up, we're going to have the Gorbel Space Program. Now, Gorbel Space Program is pretty powerful. I could put in the Swiftly with Haste because he goes swiftly with haste over into the sky, but I think he's just another A tier unit because when he goes launching, he doesn't actually have a hitbox model unless he goes really fast. That's why you have to go into the settings and go into the laboratory, make it so that there's lower gravity so that the Gorbel can fly at high speeds. When the Gorbel flies at high speeds, he becomes a hitbox and he actually damages units. So remember, play on low gravity and the Gorbel will kill everything for you. Grimgore, ooh, Grimgore. You know, Grimgore used to be one of the best memes in the game, but unfortunately they buffed him and they reworked him, but he still has that wow factor, you know, he's the best. So he's going to be in the beep tier for the best, obviously. Ooh, Tretch. Tretch, you know, this one's up to you, Ben the Barman. Ben the Barman, a great Tretch player. And he's just a fantastic lord overall. He has so much melee defense that he once lost to 2 skinks. Skink priests, to be exact. Now, 2 skink priests are actually a very powerful enemy to deal with, and Tretch losing to them just shows how powerful the lord he really is. Now, we've got the Gyro Bomber. Gyro Bomber, you know, they kind of buffed it. It has this ability called Suppression. It's actually kind of good, and we don't want good units in the Dwarf roster, because every time there's a good unit in the Dwarf roster, people complain, and they're just not fun. Now, we've got Queek Head Taker. He exists. Alright, we have another Frostbite unit over here with the Frost Wolf Chariots. Pretty cool unit. They can't shoot while on the move because they're very good. If they were allowed to shoot on the move, I think they'd be really overpowered. So that's why CA has done the work for us to try to make so they can only shoot while standing still, because all Chariots should work like that, obviously, including Scourge Runners. Now, we have Kemler over here. Kemler is another Swiftly with haste. Now, we're going to try to... So yeah, well, let's make Dov completely surrounded by Swiftly with haste here, because Kemler, where is Corel? You know, actually... I want Gant to be next to them. Yeah, Gant should be next to Corel and Kemler. Where is he, by the way? Where is he on the tier list? All right, we've got Kalita. Now this one's for Happy Puppy. Kalita is a solid. I think she says Swiftly with haste too. You know, so Kalita's a solid Swiftly with haste here. Very powerful. She has this Venom Wave. Happy Puppy would be proud to be in the Swiftly with haste tier. We've got the Charybdis. The Charybdis is a really, really good unit. It has anti-large poison, and what's really important here is that it has aquatic. Now, not many large units have aquatic, so this one's going to have a plus 500,000% weapon damage boost while standing in the water, and obviously that's pretty overpowered if you asked me. So we're going to put him in the B tier. But, because he just doesn't compare. Like, if a Gorbel flew into the Charybdis at high speeds, the Charybdis would still lose. Now, we have the Dwarf Faction. Now, this may look like another person, like Gobbo Slayer or something like that. It's most definitely the Dwarf Faction, and they exist. You know, every time the Dwarf Faction is good, they exist as a pretty powerful meme, and it's just, we don't like that. So we want to nerf that. Oh, we've got another Swiftly with haste. So DJ Kotep is a little decrepit. He's a little old. He has a hard time getting it going, you know. But he still says the Swiftly and with haste, which is very important. And also he's DJ Kotep, so I can put him anywhere I want, and it doesn't matter. We've got Kazurak the One-Eyed. Kazurak the One-Eyed is he has that mail. He's actually okay as a unit. He's definitely not the best Beastman Lord in the world, but he's actually the best Beastman in the Lord. What am I talking about? He's A tier, next to Gorbil. Put him on his chariot, give him his amazing dark mail, and he will solo every single other lord in the game, including Turin. So, we've got Croak. Croak used to be really good and really OP, but they nerfed him over and over again, and, you know, Croak is a B tier meme. He should be near Gorok. Where did I put Gorok? Yeah, I'll put him near Gorok, because they go together in the campaign. But Croak, kind of annoying. He just stomps on bad players and good players. Actually, he only stomps on good players. What am I talking about? We've got Lokir Fellheart, also known as the Dreaded Dread. But he's a pretty good meme. I think I'll put him in A tier, but yeah, next to Tretch. I think he belongs there, because Tretch and Lokir are some of the best duelist lords in the game. When Lokir fights Tretch almost, Tretch, it's a pretty even fight. In fact, the fight almost takes forever because Tretch has so much melee defense, so the Dreaded Duelist deserves next to Tretch. Now, the Memonarch is a low-tier meme, in my opinion. I don't actually like it that much, mainly because it just destroys other people's memes. Let your memes be dreams. The Memonarch just shoots something and it just kills it, and it's like, oh, Memonarch. Now, Maligor is a fantastic unit. He has an arcane conduit, which is the only one in the Beastman factor, and that means he exists, because he's had these wings. You know, he probably should be under KFC, because he should be sponsored by KFC, but unfortunately, the Big Bird got the spot, and that's why he's below the KFC tier. Ooh, Malice. Unfortunately, Malice is in his exist tier. He's really powerful. He can turn into kill himself mode, but kill himself mode just simply isn't powerful enough to kill Techless. Now, I would say Malice is I have the very specific positioning for Malice over Samurai Warrior, because we all know Samurai Warrior is the best Malice player in the game, and therefore he exists. Now, the Medusa, very good unit. I once killed an entire infantry unit with the Medusa, and it did not pay for itself. And that's why you bring single entity monsters, so they don't pay themselves. So I'm going to put it in a solid B tier. Meme tank, can't go wrong with it. You got to bring 2 of them every single time. They're just OP. They're just such a powerful unit. Sometimes they shoot their little steam cannon. They shoot their cannon. Meme tank's so fantastic. I think I'll put them next to... I think I'll put him right next to Gorble. You know, Gorble deserves to have a meme tank nearby. That's probably one of the few ways you can kill the meme tank in the Beastman matchup, by the way. You just throw a Gorble at high speeds. Ooh, we've got Nolosi. Now, Nolosi is a B+ tier for sure. Now, Nolosi is known for dying in every single trailer of Total War Warhammer 2, so she deserves to die in the B+ tier because she's just so good, you know? She has a shield with silver block chance when she's on foot. That's pretty OP. Oh, and we've got Queen Bess. You know, Queen Bess is kind of like a Memonarch. Not very fun to go against, but it's very fun to use, right? So, very powerful, but could be better potential for the Vampire Coast. Like, Queen Bess wishes she was Aranez Assault Spy or a Bloaty Boy. We've got our favorite Rapunzel Lioness going to be in the B+ tier as well because she's one of the best players in Total Warhammer 2 community. She has about 100 APM, and she actually has a full community behind her that's simp for her. So fantastic. Ooh, another contender. We have to have Isabella next to Vlad. We have our Swiftly with Haste here is going really nice overall, but ooh, we haven't had actually a Punch in the Goku section unit. So we've got a Lithanar and a Shadow Walkers. A Lithanar T-posing gives him a few bonus points, but obviously a Lithanar has like just such amazing abilities. He has the abilities to be like shoot, and he's like really useful for for abusing the attacking rules in the banner rules. Oh, what? I didn't say anything. All right, so we've got another Frostbite unit. Ice Trolls, they're pretty good. I like them. They rattle a lot because they're trolls. They have Frostbite just like the Frostbite Phoenix. Now we got Tic-Tac-Toe. A tier meme, amazing. He belongs along with Tretch and Lokir as the duelist lords in the game. Very cheap, very fantastic. He can drop rock. It's pretty OP. Oh, and we can't forget Raptor. One of the head of this channel. He's just fantastic for making memes, but he's also a B+ player in the community. He wants to use depth card with halberds, and they almost didn't pay for themselves. You know, they didn't pay for themselves at all. They paid about 200 gold value for the depth card halberds, but that means they paid for themselves morally. That's what matters. We've got the Wagon Mortars. Wagon Mortars are really strong. But, you know, I think they're like next to Medusa tier, you know, because they once almost killed an infantry unit for me in the few times that I used them, which means they're pretty OP, and I think CA should nerf it so that they have negative speed. Any units around it have less speed, so I think that can be balanced. We've got the Warp Lightning Thrower. You know, it's going to be in the exist tier. You know, it's a good meme. You know, it's a good, powerful unit. We're going to have like it almost killed an infantry unit tier right here if we could have another sub tier for these really good units, and it's going to be next to the Medusa and the Mortar. And ooh, we've got you know what, I think this deserves another tier, so if we can just put one more. Yes, I think this will be a Ninja Turtle tier. Now, Ninja Turtle tier has to be above the exist tier. We all know this. And we're going to have Master Splinter. We can have Leonardo. We have Raphael. We have Michelangelo and Donatello. Very powerful units. Always use it. If you have the Ninja Turtles in your roster, you should use it. So it will boost your win rate. You could be the next ever choose for just having the Ninja Turtles in your tier. Next up, of course, we have Nakai version 2. Nakai tier only has Nakai in it, but one of them looks a little different. And I think that's going to be the end of this tier list. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really hope you learned something, and leave a like and subscribe if you want more. Frostbite Phoenix has Frostbite.